You already know the truth spreads slower than the lie. You've watched people share nonsense while your correction sits ignored. Nietzsche saw this coming, and what he predicted is eating you alive right now. The dumbest ideas move faster because they ask nothing of the listener. A stupid idea does not demand reflection. A stupid idea does not challenge identity. A stupid idea feels good immediately, and that's the only currency most people value. You've seen this play out in real time. Someone posts a headline that's factually wrong, emotionally perfect. Within minutes, hundreds of people spread the message. You step in with evidence, with context, with actual reasoning. Nobody responds. Maybe one if you're lucky. The lie already won because the lie was faster, simpler, and more emotionally satisfying than the truth you offered. Nietzsche called this the herd instinct. The herd doesn't want truth. The herd wants to feel correct without the cost of being honest. Truth is slow because truth has substance. Truth demands you change your mind, confront your assumptions, and admit you were wrong. A lie asks nothing. A lie confirms what people already want to believe. The herd will always choose the path that requires the least resistance, and stupid ideas are the path of zero resistance. You see this every single day, but you pretend the playing field is level. You act like truth, and lies compete on equal terms. The structure of human psychology is rigged against you. People are wired to accept the first thing they hear, especially if that first thing aligns with their existing worldview. This is called the primacy effect. The first claim someone encounters sets the frame. Everything after has to fight uphill. If the stupid idea lands first, your truth arrives as an interruption, an attack on someone's emotional investment. You're not correcting misinformation. You're threatening someone's sense of being correct, and people will defend being correct far more fiercely than they'll ever defend being truthful. Here's where the trap deepens. The herd doesn't just prefer stupid ideas. The herd punishes anyone who breaks from the stupid idea. Nietzsche noticed it long ago. He watched people police each other, not for being wrong, but for being different. If you challenge the group's shared belief, you're not seen as helpful. You're seen as a threat to group cohesion. The person who questions the viral lie becomes the problem, not the lie itself. You've experienced this. You've corrected someone gently with evidence and watched them get defensive, hostile, and dismissive. They didn't care about accuracy. They cared about not feeling stupid in front of others. The herd protects its own ignorance because ignorance is the glue holding the herd together. Stupid ideas spread fast because they use social pressure as a weapon. When everyone around you believes something, your brain automatically assumes it must be true. This is the bandwagon effect. If 1,000 people share the same claim, your instinct isn't to verify the claim. Your instinct is to assume 1,000 people cannot possibly be wrong. They can be wrong more often than you realize. But your nervous system doesn't care about logic. Your nervous system cares about belonging. Challenging the crowd means risking exclusion, and exclusion feels like death to the social parts of your brain. So people accept the stupid idea, not because they evaluated the idea, but because rejecting the stupid idea feels too dangerous. You've watched intelligent people fall for obvious lies. You've seen people you respect repeat claims that take 5 seconds to debunk. You told yourself they're lazy, or they're tribal, or they're not thinking clearly. You're missing the point. They're not failing to think. They're choosing not to think. Thinking has a cost. Thinking means standing alone. Thinking means facing the fact that the group might be wrong, and that you may have helped in spreading the wrong thing. Most people would rather be wrong with the group than right by themselves. Nietzsche called these people the last men, the people who blink at discomfort and choose the easiest emotional path available. Here's the part that crushes you. You're not immune to this. You've spread stupid ideas too. You've shared claims without verifying them because the claim felt right. You've dismissed corrections because accepting the correction would mean admitting you were wrong publicly. The mechanism that makes stupid ideas spread faster doesn't spare you. You just pretend you're on the side of truth while engaging in the exact same behaviors you criticize in others. The herd instinct doesn't vanish because you're aware of the herd instinct. Awareness without action is just spectating your own manipulation. The structure of social media makes this worse. Algorithms prioritize engagement, not accuracy. A post that enrages people spreads farther than a post that informs people. A post that confirms biases gets shared more than a post that challenges biases. The platforms you use every day are designed to reward the stupid idea and bury the correction. You're fighting a system built to amplify emotional reaction over factual accuracy. The truth is slow, boring, and complicated. The lie is fast, exciting, and simple. The algorithm will always choose the lie because the algorithm doesn't care about truth. The algorithm cares about keeping you scrolling, and lies keep you scrolling longer than truth ever will. Nietzsche warned that the masses don't seek truth. They seek relief from the anxiety of uncertainty. A stupid idea provides that relief instantly. A stupid idea gives people a clear enemy, a simple explanation, a shared identity. The person who questions the stupid idea isn't offering clarity. The person questioning is reintroducing uncertainty, and uncertainty is what people were trying to escape in the first place. This is why conspiracy theories spread so effectively. Conspiracy theories aren't believed because they're true. Conspiracy theories are believed because they're emotionally complete. They explain everything. They assign blame. They make the believer feel like they possess hidden knowledge. Truth is messy and unsatisfying. The stupid idea offers closure, and closure feels better than accuracy. You tell yourself you're different. You tell yourself you verify sources, you think critically, you don't fall for obvious manipulation. But you've still been shaped by the same forces. You still absorb claims from people you trust without verifying them. You still dismiss perspectives that threaten your identity. The gap between how you see yourself and how you actually behave is where the stupid idea lives. You think you're immune because you're aware, but awareness without vigilance is just another comfortable lie you tell yourself. The herd doesn't just spread stupid ideas. The herd enforces them. If you challenge the group's narrative, you don't just lose the argument. You lose friends and access. Nietzsche understood that people would rather destroy the person telling the truth than confront the lie they've built their identity around. This is why whistleblowers get punished and enablers get promoted. This is why the person pointing out the problem becomes the problem. The herd can't afford to let truth disrupt the shared illusion, because the shared illusion is the foundation of the herd's existence. Watch how this plays out in any workplace. Someone notices a systemic flaw, a repeating failure, a pattern everyone else ignores. They bring evidence. They present solutions. They speak carefully. The response isn't gratitude. The response is isolation. Colleagues distance themselves. Managers become cold. The person who identified the problem gets labeled difficult, negative, not a team player. Meanwhile, the people who smiled and nodded while the problem festered get promoted. The organization doesn't reward truth. The organization rewards compliance. And the person who told the truth learns a lesson they'll carry forever. Silence is safer than accuracy. You've made this calculation yourself. You've seen something wrong and stayed quiet because speaking up wasn't worth the backlash. You've watched bad decisions get made and said nothing because challenging authority felt too risky. You've let lies spread in meetings, in group chats, in family dinners, because correcting them would create tension you didn't want to manage. Every time you made that choice, you chose the herd over the truth. Not because you're a coward, because the herd punishes opposing voices more consistently than the herd rewards accuracy. Here's the weight of what Nietzsche saw. The truth doesn't win by being true. The truth wins by being too painful to ignore. As long as the lie remains comfortable, the lie will dominate. The stupid idea spreads faster because the stupid idea never asks anyone to change. The stupid idea never threatens identity. The stupid idea never isolates the believer. You've been hoping that evidence and logic would eventually prevail. They won't. Not on their own. The person who clings to the stupid idea isn't waiting for better information. They're waiting for the cost of believing the stupid idea to exceed the cost of confronting the truth. Until that cost threshold is crossed, the lie still wins. You can see this in your own life. You've held on to beliefs longer than you should have because changing your mind felt like admitting weakness. You've defended positions you no longer agreed with because backtracking felt humiliating. You've stayed quiet when you knew someone was wrong because correcting them wasn't worth the social cost. Every time you made that choice, you chose the stupid idea over the truth. Not because you're weak, not because you're ignorant, because the structure of social reality punishes truth tellers and rewards those who go along. Nietzsche saw this dynamic everywhere. He watched people sacrifice honesty for acceptance, and he understood that most people will make that trade every single time. The stupid idea spreads faster because the idea never makes you feel small. The truth often does. The truth reveals gaps in your knowledge. The truth exposes mistakes you've made. The truth forces you to reconsider conclusions you've already shared publicly. The stupid idea lets you stay exactly where you are and lets you feel smart without earning that feeling. Think about the last time you changed your mind about something important. How long did you resist? How many conversations did you avoid? How much evidence did you dismiss before you finally accepted you were wrong? The resistance you felt wasn't intellectual. The resistance was emotional, social, existential. Changing your mind meant admitting you'd been wrong, possibly for years. Changing your mind meant everyone who heard you defend the old position would know you were wrong. Changing your mind meant losing the community that formed around the shared belief. The cost of being right was higher than the cost of staying wrong, so you stayed wrong until staying wrong became unbearable. The herd doesn't just make comfortable lies easier to believe. The herd makes them safer to believe. When you believe what everyone else believes, you're protected. You have social proof. When you break from the herd, you're exposed. You stand alone. You become a target. Nietzsche called this the morality of the herd. The herd doesn't judge claims by their truth. The herd judges claims by their effect on group cohesion. A belief that unites the group is good, even if it is false. A belief that divides the group is bad, even if it is true. You've lived inside this morality your entire life. You've just been calling the herd by other names. Culture, community, common sense. There's no escape from this pattern unless you accept the cost of standing outside the herd. Nietzsche called this becoming who you are, not the version the crowd applauds, not the identity the algorithm promotes. What remains when you strip away every belief you adopted to belong? That means rejecting easy answers. That means sitting with uncertainty. That means losing people who can't handle your refusal to play along. The herd will not forgive you for choosing truth over comfort. The herd will isolate you and mock you, and you'll have to decide whether being right alone is worth more than being wrong together. Most people never make that choice. Most people spend their entire lives inside the herd, spreading lies they never questioned and pretending they're thinking for themselves. The question now isn't whether you're vulnerable to the herd. The question is whether you're willing to see how deeply the herd has shaped you, and whether you're willing to pay the price of stepping outside.